All right, good morning, everyone. Today is a great day. If you're in Texas, you're probably happy. You are probably a happy individual. Let me know how the audio is here because Texas just flushed a couple of problems. Of a couple of issues. They got rid of a rhino, they got rid of a ghetto. I don't know what else to call Jasmine Crockett. Is she the hoe of the ghetto? I don't know. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that because of her color, right? Let me just let her speak for herself. Let me know how the audio is, 5x5, 6x9, whatever you want to call it. But I'm pretty happy about this. And we're going to be talking a lot about this morning about the rhinos that are gone, the Trump endorsements that have won. We've got a guest coming on here in just about a half hour. We've got a guest coming in, and we're going to talk a little bit more about what's going on, Operation Epic Fury. And I think it was Operation Epic Flush in Texas.
In fact, Ms. Perry, I know your organization, the Heritage Foundation, loves Texas. Ooh, they love Texas. They always sending us some nonsense bills.
Texas.
And to understand enough about the Constitution to the extent that I'm the one that's supposed to make a fucking decision or at least get a vote.
Someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
A what now?
Chairman, because we in these hot ass Texas streets, honey.
She's going to be back on the streets.
Y'all know we got Governor Hot Wheels down there. Come on now. And the only thing hot about him is that he is a hot ass mess, honey.
I think she's a hot ass.
You're not. We done picking cotton.
We done picking cotton. She might have to go back and find a real job. I kind of think that Jasmine Crockett and Dan Crenshaw will be working on The View here in just a few days. I think Dan Crenshaw will finish out his term. He'll be done in November. She'll be done in November, but they both lost their primary. So did Wesley Hunt. The other problem that I see that has occurred from this is now the Democrats are going to be, well, they have been funding John Cornyn, and the Democrats are going to continue to do this. Texas just seriously upgraded. Rhino Dan Crenshaw just lost his primary. America First, real Brandon Gill won his primary with 90% of the vote. Addition by subtraction is all I got to say. And here's a picture of Dan Crenshaw screaming. Because this guy never was MAGA. This guy was never Make America Great Again. This guy was conveniently hanging in like a hair in a biscuit, just like a lot of other rhinos. I will never disparage him for his military service. He served his country. There are many people that have never chosen to do that. I will never discredit his service to the country. Never. But once he got into politics using his pedigree, and it didn't work out very well for him because he didn't follow through. We had higher expectations. I've still got higher expectations for Morgan Luttrell, which I believe ran on his brother's name and face because they're identical twins. But you let me know what you think about that in the chat. Okay. But I am a firm believer that those guys ran on their military capabilities, their military history. And these are the 32 races that Donald Trump endorsed. He endorsed 32 Trump endorsement, 32 primary wins. Now, the one endorsement that he didn't make was Brandon Herrera down in Texas. I hope Brandon Herrera wins. There's going to be a runoff. He didn't in Texas. You've got to get that 50% of the vote to do that. Welcome to all my trolls this morning. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you tuning in. You are the true super fans of the channel. I couldn't do it without all of the trolls. And I wouldn't be as inspired if I didn't have my trolls. I need my trolls. I got to play the rest of this. This is just too good to pass up. I really want to hear the rest of this. Oh, and she's also blaming racism for her loss. Let me see if I can grab that real quick. Tell me, oh, yeah. You're not allowed to doubt election results unless you're the ghetto hoe.
All Red has already stated, we encourage each and every one of you to remain resilient. We cannot allow this type of behavior to be rewarded, because so long as they know that they can win, even if it means cheating, then they will continue to do it. So I am asking you, I am begging you to make sure that you go ahead and figure out where it is that you are supposed to vote, stand in line,
and go do whatever. I have an identical twin, and he forgets my birthday. Well, you need to upgrade. But she is literally blaming racism. The crash out's already begun. It's about to be historically embarrassing. Now, this Tallarico guy is a dangerous candidate. He believes God is non-binary. He believes God and Jesus are trans. Tallarico is a dangerous moron.
So that's my news, is that we're not going to have election results tonight, in my opinion, based upon what specifically is taking place in Dallas County. Unfortunately, this is what Republicans like to do.
Right.
And so they specifically targeted Dallas County, and I think we all know why.
Right.
So I want you to enjoy.
She's blaming Republicans, but she got beat by a white Democrat. She was beat by a white Democrat, looks like right here, by about 110,000 votes. Blame Whitey. Whitey, line 2. Whitey, line 2. Can we blame you?
Hello, Jasmine. We've got Whitey on line 1. Whitey on line 1. She is an idiot. An absolute moron.
And you and I both know this.
Enjoy yourselves, but I won't be back tonight because I have no idea of when we're going to get results, and I fully anticipate it won't be until tomorrow. So I love y'all too.
Ciao. I love
y'all very much for being here. Love you down. I love you down, Dallas.
There are so many jokes I could make right now. There are so many jokes I could make right now. Somebody said, bye, Felicia. Bye, Felicia. This is a memorial tribute to Felicia.
We are. You can't pay us enough to find a plantation.
Hell no.
But when we start talking about things that look like evidence, they want to act like they blind. They don't know what this is. These are our national secrets. Looks like in the shitter to me. This looks like more evidence of our national secrets, say on the stage at Mar-a-Lago. So she gonna keep saying trans, so that people will feel threatened. And child, listen, send them to Texas, they send them to Florida. Every deplorable state that we can think about, they usually come.
Bitch, please. I got my Compton hat on now, so I'm covered. I'm headed to the barbecues. Bitch, please.
And out of y'all's think tank. We're talking about his son. We're talking about someone who is an actual citizen, just a regular citizen.
Schmeggler?
We're not talking about somebody who could not pass a background check.
What the hell is schmeggler? Did her and Candace Owens go to reading class?
Don't tell me to calm down, because y'all talk noise and then
You're
can't
out of
take
control.
Because if I
Chairman,
come and talk shit about her, y'all gonna have a problem.
Mr.
Like, baby, you probably need a good black woman in the room who can check you and tell you that, first of all, you shouldn't be doing this shit on Signal or anything else.
But baby,
y'all got the white supremacists galore, okay? Like all of them. You got the Proud Boys, you got the neo-Nazis. You have people that literally should be classified as domestic terrorists.
The Republicans are going to lose the House, and y'all run this back for them when they do.
The Republicans going to lose the House, and y'all run this back. Give me a break. Okay. That chick is crazy, and I'm glad she's gone. And I'm going to just tell you right now. That's what I'm talking. When the Eagles flying ho, oh my God, she needs a glass of Ripple. You watch Sanford and Son, you know that she drank too much Ripple. Where's the Eagle Screech? We just did it. We just got it. Boy, did she crash out hard. Yeah. Let me ask you this. I've got a poll in the chat right now. Let's see here. Poll in the chat. Who was the worst Texas Congress member? Crenshaw, Crockett, Tony Gonzalez, Wesley Hunt. I think Wesley Hunt screwed up by running against Ken Paxton and John Cornyn. He should have dropped out so that Paxton would have won majority vote. Wesley Hunt turned out to be a bit of a loser. He would never show up to his actual job and actually vote. He was AWOL a lot. That's what I'm saying about Wesley Hunt. Feel free to donate to the channel. I really appreciate it. All the super chats and memberships help me with my cause of helping some veterans get service dogs and send in some guitars. I got another guitar back there that I'm sending out this week. Looks like I've got a veteran that is in Wyoming, Casper, Wyoming. I'm sending that Epiphone hummingbird to. But we're seeing this happen, guys. We're seeing these right-wing so-called grifters expose themselves. This guy right here, Dave Smith, he's a comedian. Some people think he's funny. I call him retarded.
The IDF is the worst terrorist organization in the region. Let's get real. The United States of America is arguably the worst terrorist organization in the world. If you want to look over the last 25 years, how many innocent civilians we've slaughtered. You're getting us into what the neocon. Yeah, that's right. You're getting us into the neocon seventh war.
Is America the worst terrorist organization in the last 25 years? Dave Smith, we're going to flush you. Dave Smith, flush is coming.
The IDF is the worst terrorist organization in the region. Let's get real. The United States of America is arguably the worst terrorist organization in the world. If you want to look over the last 25 years, how many innocent civilians we've slaughtered. You're getting us into what the neocon. Yeah, that's right. You're getting us into the neocon seventh war, which they've been dying for the last 25 years.
You might want to take down, by the way.
No, actually, if you love this country, if you're a real patriot, you'd have to hate this government.
You said America
and the
killed
war
like the worst terrorist in the world, more than
Iran,
Iran, dude.
Yeah. DC killed a.
There you go. He's got an American flag behind him, but he calls America the largest terrorist organization in the world. Dave, we're gonna have to get you. But Dave, first I'm gonna.
Now let me see your war face.
Let me see your war face, homie. Because all the people that you just called terrorists, every man and woman that's ever served this country in uniform, they gave you the right to say that. And if you did it in any other country, you would be part of the Iranian diving team. That's what I think. This guy's a clown, an absolute clown. Coming in hot this morning. Thank you very much. I think we've got to come in hot. I want to give a shout out to all my rumblers over there, all my people watching on Facebook, all of them watching on Twitch, Kick, X. We're everywhere, man. We're the Johnny Cash song. We're the Johnny Cash song this morning. That's what we need to be. Because with the amount of lying, grifter morons that we have, we've got to be everywhere. We've got to keep putting this out. This is Crenshaw's results.
Wow. Wow. Okay. This is Montgomery County, the Woodlands.
Wow.
This is the early vote. Again, this is toast-based. I apologize. I've been saying it wrong. I only read these names on paper sometimes. But look at this. a monster margin in the early
Wow.
vote over the incumbent. 28 points. This is Toth-based Montgomery.
Yep.
This is Harris. The other half, he's also leading the early vote there. What that means is 60% of the vote is in this district, and it's a 7,500 vote margin, nearly a 20-point margin for Toth over Crenshaw. Would need to win the same-day vote in the mother of all landslides if he's going to catch Toth at this point. Remember, Crenshaw.
Is that all they say on MSN? Wow. 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 You pieces of trash.
The only Republican without Trump's endorsement, incumbent in the House side in Texas, and starting to look like he needed it.
Steve Kornacki delivering the
Delivering the. Oh my God. Just all they say is wow. These people are morons. Absolute clowns. Here's one that I didn't expect. I did not have this on my bingo card. CBS reporting the truth for the first time in decades.
If you're looking for an origin point of this current war, don't look to the earliest hours of this Saturday. Look back to November 4th, 1979. That was the day Iranian revolutionaries stormed the U.S. Embassy in Tehran, capturing 52 Americans and parading them in blindfolds for the whole world to see.
A new and daring element was disclosed today in the Iran crisis.
For the next 444 days, they were held captive, the tally kept nightly by Walter Cronkite. Finally, the hostages were released, but that wasn't the end of the story. In 1983, 241 U.S. service members were killed in their barracks by an Iran-backed suicide bomber in Beirut. Americans can argue whether this is a war of necessity, but what's clear from the history is that the fuse of this explosion is 50 years long and has included the loss of thousands of American and Iranian lives. Every president since Jimmy Carter has tried to end this conflict. In 2015, President Barack Obama announced a deal to stall Iran's nuclear ambitions, a deal that President Trump replaced with a campaign of maximum pressure and now military might.
Today, the United States military continues to carry out large-scale combat operations in Iran to eliminate the grave threats posed to America by this terrible terrorist regime.
That history is why the president's allies in Congress say he hasn't started a war with Iran. He's finishing one.
Can you believe CBS, the CIA broadcasting system, posted that?
If you're looking for an origin point of this current war,
I can't believe CBS got some reality. Man, let's hit these up. Josephine, thank you very much for joining the channel as a member this morning. Love it. Thank you very much. We always need new members on the channel. Love it. You're the best. I don't care what anyone says about you. Johnny Pipe, stay away from the crack, became a YouTube member. Crack Pipe. Thank you very much. Crockett was a valedictorian. What the hell's valedictorian at the Leering Center. I see what you did there. I see what you did. How dare you? Thank you. Neocons don't end the leadership in 3 days. What? Okay, we'll do that.
How dare you?
Guitar postage from the real KRO. Thank you very much, the real KRO. Let me go ahead and give you the ultimate thank you on a Wednesday morning.
And can an amen and a boom shakalaka go right there?
The amen and the boom shakalaka did. Guitar postage is going to cost me about $84 to ship this guitar. Thank you so much. You're the best. I don't care what your liberal neighbors say about you. And then Larry with the $10 super chat. I'm going to put that right into Jasmine's, what do you want to call it? Badonkadonk, G-string, whatever. I mean, someone somewhere is Jasmine Crockett's gynecologist. And that's just absolutely disgusting. Let's go ahead and flush Jasmine just one more time. She need just because Larry said so. Thank you. Finn Lane for any bet me. Thank you, Finn. You're the best too. I don't care what anybody says. Okay. Love it. You guys are awesome. Thank you for tuning in this morning. We got 2,400 people. Mike Schnorr. Mike, thank you so much. I got your $50 check yesterday. I deposited it. I've got 6 more Bibles. I've got more that I've ordered from the, I believe it's called Ministry for Veterans. Mike just sent in $20. Let's do Mike.
Amen.
Let's go there.
Hallelujah. And boom shaka.
And I didn't mean it in a gay way of let's do Mike. I don't mean the gay way. Not the gay way. Listen to this. Fetterman. And this proves Democrats are one head injury away from being normal.
Senator, the Trump administration just wrapped up its Iran briefing for all members of Congress. Did they give any information that gives you any pause about supporting this war?
No, nothing that I've heard. I mean, I think overall, I think the dynamic really is the same. And now, ever since, especially after 10/7, it's all been, every single senator agreed that we can't ever allow Iran to acquire a nuclear bomb. And now here we've had what's happened. Now it seems now this has made it virtually impossible to do that at this point. And that's also severely damaged their entire military apparatus. So I'd say that I think overall this has been a big win for global security, especially in the Middle East.
Senator,
I love this. Super sticker from I Am Sane. Thank you very much. I Am Sane. $20 from S. Baker. Thank you very much. You're the best. I don't care what your liberal mother-in-law says about you. And King of Biltong. Y'all go check out Biltong USA. I'm going to grab a bag of my Biltong. I'm going to show you exactly what that is, but one of my moderators will put that in there. Biltong USA, thank you. I got your box just a couple of days ago. He's a sponsor here on the channel. Never pays me, just sends me beef. He sends me some meat. And I love it. It makes me, I start every day with about 3 ounces of Biltong and a strong cup of coffee. And the coffee I drink is, you can get that too. Level 3 coffee is the coffee I drink. So you're welcome to check that out too. Let's grab another one here. We've also got big news coming out of Iran or Iran. I don't know what they want to call it anymore. Iran. I think they should be running. I think they should be running for the hills is where they should be running. Let's go. Let's hide that. And and if you want to donate, down in that bottom left corner, there's a Cash App. You can scan that with your phone. Goes directly right here. And I am going to grab some Biltong while I play this clip. I got a minute to refill my coffee too.
Learning new updates this morning on the historic mission executed by the U.S. and Israel in Iran. Senior U.S. defense officials tell Fox News that 4 B-2 bombers dropped dozens of 2,000-pound penetrator bombs on Iranian ballistic missile facilities underground.
The jets flew out of Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri, and that's the same base used in the Fordow attack last summer. It was an 18-hour trip one way. The jets refueled along the way, and the B-2s have returned to the U.S.
Plus, we are now getting our first update from CENTCOM this morning. U.S. forces say they have struck an Iranian ship in the Gulf of Oman, and the ship is currently sinking to the bottom of the ocean. CENTCOM adding, quote, as the president said, members of Iran's armed forces, IRGC, and police must lay down your weapons. Abandoned ship. We'll continue to bring the latest on this as we learn more. That's pretty significant.
Man, I timed that almost perfectly. Almost perfectly timed that, right? These round trips by these guys is absolutely amazing. Is it wrong to have a coffee cup that drains the pot? I almost have to make another pot of coffee just for my wife. It's too, I need a coffee pot right here on my desk is what I need. That's what I need. Let me show you my Biltong USA thing here. Biltong USA is one of the sponsors here on the channel, and you can check it out. And what this is, it's prosciutto. It's basically like prosciutto. It's a beef sort of prosciutto. And, I grabbed a new bag because I finished my other one this morning. And what this is it's just like beef. It is beef. And he does all different flavors. He does like jerky. See that? It's just so good. Oh God. I open a bag and the damn dogs come in here. You need an IV of coffee? Yes, I do. I need an IV drip of freedoms, what I really need. And that's what we're getting right now with the Trump administration. That's what we've earned. Let me show you this. CENTCOM. Operation Epic Fury. I kind of like the name of that. Epic Fury, breakdown. And they had a general that talked all about this. We're going to play this clip here real quick.
I'm Admiral Brad Cooper, the commander of United States Central Command. In this capacity, I lead U.S. military forces in the Middle East. I'm here to provide you an update on Operation Epic Fury, now in our 4th day of execution. First, I'd like to express my deepest condolences to the families and teammates of the extraordinary Americans who've been killed in action. And I'd also like to extend our prayers for a speedy recovery to the wounded. Yesterday, you heard from Secretary Hegseth and the chairman of the Joint Chiefs. Today, I'd like to give you an operational update on where we are and provide you with some key facts. By order of the President of the United States and the Secretary of War, our military in the Middle East is undertaking an unprecedented operation to eliminate Iran's ability to threaten Americans, as they've been doing for nearly half a century. Having spent more than 36 years in the military, I could not be prouder of America's sons and daughters in uniform who are answering the call. More than 50,000 troops, 200 fighters, 2 aircraft carriers, and bombers from the United States are participating in this operation, and more capability is on the way. These forces bring a massive amount of firepower, representing the largest buildup by the U.S. in the Middle East in a generation. In the opening hours of Operation Epic Fury, U.S. Central Command forces, together with Israel, delivered overwhelming and unprecedented strikes into Iran. Many of you may remember the shock and awe strikes of 2003. The first 24 hours of this operation were nearly double the scale, and we continue with 24/7 strikes into Iran from seabed to space and cyberspace. Now, we're less than 100 hours into this operation, and we've already struck nearly 2,000 targets with more than 2,000 munitions. We have severely degraded Iran's air defenses and destroyed hundreds of Iran's ballistic missiles, launchers, and drones. And in simple terms, we're focused on shooting all the things that can shoot at us. Our B-2 bombers and B-1 bombers have executed uncontested surgical strikes against multiple missile facilities deep inside Iran. And then just last night, a B-52 bomber force struck ballistic missile and command and control posts. We are also sinking the Iranian Navy, the entire Navy. Thus far, we've destroyed 17 Iranian ships, including the most operational Iranian submarine that now has a hole in its side.
Oh, yes.
For decades, the Iranian regime has harassed international shipping. Today,
He just said they destroyed a submarine. I got a tingle. It felt like I was climbing rope in gym class again. I want to give a shout out right here to some people that have donated through the Cash App while we're rolling right now. Chuck Morin, thank you very much, $25. Greg S, 1776. Nicole G, $20. You're an inspiration. Thank you so much. And Rick, $5 super chat. Thank you, Rick. You guys are the absolute best. You're what helps the channel keep moving. You're what helps me keep doing what I'm doing.
Amen.
Thank you so much.
Hallelujah. And boom shakalaka.
Bet you drive a woke wagon. Who drives a woke wagon? I drive a 51-year-old Ford pickup truck with an 8-track player. It's got a bench seat, and many of you wouldn't be here if there wasn't a bench seat. Oh, God. All right. Well, it looks like the neighborhood has gone to hell. Let's go ahead and add this guy in. The neighborhood has gone to hell. We have no one else other than Sean. Sean, how you doing this morning, brother?
Oh, Ben, I'm doing well. It's been quite a couple of days, huh? Couple of days, quite a week. You know, we were high off of the Team USA hockey win, and then we started taking out Ayatollahs. I don't know if they had a new Ayatollah this morning, Ben. I'm not sure if if they elected another one.
Expectancy of an Ayatollah right now.
Right. I mean, the life expectancy of the person might be, 60 years, whatever, but the time in the position is about 5 minutes. It's like, oh, you got a new one? Bomb. Israel cracked me up with that yesterday. These idiots, the first go around, right, where they were all in the same place. Actually, I think back in June when the Mossad first did that first operation in June, they were all in the same place and they all got taken out. And then, when we started Operation Epic Fury, the same thing happened. We nailed like 50 of them. And then, and then yesterday, it's like they all, apparently the name of this building is like the Assembly of Experts or something. I was reading an article in the Epoch Times. Like, you ain't no expert. You don't realize that you keep going into the same room with each other and they keep blowing the room up. It's just
let me
whatever.
ask you this.
By the way, keep doing that. By the way, keep doing that.
Yeah,
keep playing
yeah.
Duck Duck Goose and doing that. That's fine. Yeah.
Now, Sean, you live in Tennessee.
I do.
Look, the news coming out of Texas last night, the conservative movement, the MAGA movement, dropped their own Moabs in Dallas County and around Houston, getting rid of Dan Crenshaw, getting rid of Jasmine Crockett. What are your thoughts on that, man? This is we're taking out the trash in Iran, and I'm saying we're taking out the trash right now in Texas, and I think Texas needed this.
Well, as you mentioned, we're taking out the trash. So Crenshaw out, and it's not even that he was. I mean, he was definitely a bit of a rhino, right? But he was also like just a dick on. I mean, I don't know if I could say that, but he was just like a jerk on social media. Like he would get kind of, I don't know, allegedly drunk and then start lashing out at people. It's like, dude, you're an elected official. Like, respect your boss, right? You want to have a position on something and have a discussion, fine. But you can't, like, start lashing out with the long diatribes. Like, he yelled at me a couple times. Whatever. Whatever. What are you going to do? You yell. It's a free country. Yell at me. Whatever. Yeah. You know, I've been yelled at by more, and some people have called me worse things than, Dan Crenshaw.
I've been called worse by better. That's the way
exactly.
I look at it.
Yeah, exactly. But Crockett, listen, here's what I'm looking for. All right? Because it always boils down to it, right? I need her to just say it. The Democrat Party voters are racist, right? Because they picked a white man.
This morning.
Did she?
Came out this morning. Well, it was late last night. She came out and she blamed racist Republicans for her loss.
Okay. Right, because they screwed around, or she says they screwed around in Dallas County. But I want her to go scorched earth, snap her fingers a few times, blink those big old eyelashes. Right? When she blinks, she'll knock you over like Gale Force Winds and stuff. But I want her to take aim at the Democrat Party and, you guys picked a white male instead of me. What's wrong with you? We're supposed to be the party. Say it, Jasmine. I know you want to do it. Say it. Scratch that itch, okay? I want the content. I want to see it. So, I'm actually very proud of Texas and what they did. Also, Texas 21. How about the great Mark Teixeira, former MLB superstar, Yankees, Braves. I think he played for the Angels, Texas Rangers.
The Rangers for a little bit, didn't he?
Played for the Texas Rangers. And then they traded him to the Braves. And that's where the Rangers got Elvis Andrus and Neftali Feliz and some of these Matt Harris and some of these big-time players. I'm a big Texas Rangers fan. But, no, it was nice to see Mark Teixeira. If you followed the Yankees at all, because I grew up in New York, the great John Sterling used to always, Mark sends a text message when he hit a home run. You're on the mark, Teixeira. Apparently
Here's
like a
my
super
Yankee
conservative,
story.
so it's great.
Here's my Yankee story. 1994. I'm at old Yankee Stadium, sitting down the first baseline about 3 rows up. Me and a couple of Navy buddies smuggled in some giant handles of Jack Daniels in a backpack. This is way before they checked your bags. We got drunk as absolute, drunk as sailors is what we were. They were playing the Seattle Mariners. It was 7th inning stretch. They had the outfield closed off. It was 7th inning stretch. King Griffey Jr. at the time was second year, rookie year, was out there doing the long toss, 7th inning. I go out there to the outfield, throw a ball down. I went into the closed off section. He signs it, throws it back up to me. He's like, you better run. I look up at the screen and I see all these guys in yellow jackets. I put the ball down in my underwear and I've got the ball back here somewhere. And I got thrown out of Yankee Stadium. I don't know if you want to technically call it arrested, but I got thrown out of Yankee Stadium. And
according to Tucker Carlson, it doesn't take much to get detained, right? Yo, in Israel, hey, I'm being detained right now, right? With the
I'm
selfie
going to see
camera.
if I can do this real quick. I'm going to see if I can play this clip with you. Wait, let me see here. I've got a clip of Jasmine, and I don't know how to. Oh, here we go. I might just have to take you off the screen here for a second to let's go here. This is Jasmine crotchless, and I hope you get the audio here, but this is her blaming white Republicans.
So that's my news, is that we're not going to have election results tonight, in my opinion, based upon what specifically is taking place in Dallas County. Unfortunately, this is what Republicans like to do. And so they specifically targeted Dallas County.
She goes on to blame white Republicans for her loss. Now, James Tallarico, this is the same Democrat that says Jesus is trans, Jesus is non-binary, God is non-binary. I don't know how this works out. I don't know how this. What do you see happening with this? What do you think of Wesley Hunt not dropping out so that Paxton will win either?
Well, Hunt's now out now, obviously, because of the runoff. So the top two are advancing to that May 26th runoff. And the Senate Leadership Fund, actually, a friend of mine sent it to me. The Senate Leadership Fund, torched Wesley Hunt. This is their state. By the way, that's John Thune's PAC right now, okay? He runs that because he's the majority leader. Senate Leadership Fund Executive Director Alex Latcham released the following statement. Congratulations to Wesley Hunt on an abysmal third-place finish in Texas's Republican primary. Instead of fighting for President Trump and conservative priorities, Wesley launched a career-ending vanity tour without any substance or political reasoning. While Wesley's amateur consultants got wealthy on his senseless campaign, Republican voters are now forced to endure an even longer primary runoff election. If I'm Wesley Hunt reading that this morning, I'm endorsing Ken Paxton like this. Oh, yeah, guys? Okay, done, because that's the difference maker at that point. I think Paxton wins in the runoff. Here's the thing about this this guy, James Tallarico. He's so creepy. Definitely a smarmy dude, right? But he professes to be this devout Christian. I don't know if you heard about this. There's a story that came out about him that he's following a bunch of prostitutes on Instagram and OnlyFans models. And I'm like, bro, where's that in your Bible? Not sure. Not that you can't follow people, whatever, but it's a little weird. Okay.
What page in the book of Enoch is it that says you can follow, transgendered Olympic swimmers on Instagram, right?
And I don't know how he came to the conclusion that that Jesus was trans. I'm not sure where it says that in the Bible either. I don't remember reading that. But what a weird dude. But here's the thing. Paxton, as much as I like him, and if I lived in Texas, I would have voted for him yesterday, and I'd vote for him in the runoff. The establishment on the right has, come out with a bunch of smears against him. So now the left has some ammo, which is what happens in primary season. It's going to be a tough battle because Tallarico, while he's a strange guy, we read all the stuff about him. He's good at politics. Okay. So he will be able to make that a closer race than it should be. I think Paxton will win. But Tallarico is good at politics. He's young, and he's got the ability to, as a good snake oil salesman, think Newsom, right? Think AOC, to reach a younger demographic. He can bring a bit of energy into the race, and he can reach some of those moderates who may not know any better. In that Senate race, and can make it a closer race than we would reasonably want. I think Paxton will be the next senator out of Texas, though. I don't think I don't feel too shaky on that. But Tallarico is going to give him a run. Unfortunately, I was rooting for Crockett last night.
The thing with the whole Paxton cornering, the Democrats have thrown about $300,000 into John Cornyn's campaign. They're funding him. That should tell you exactly how dangerous this guy is.
Well, they're doing the same thing with Massey, right, Ben? They're doing the same thing with Thomas Massey in Kentucky's 4th district. And by the way, I bet you he woke up a little sweatier than he wanted to this morning because of seeing what Texas 2 did to Crenshaw. I think Kentucky 4 is going to do the same thing to Thomas Massey. And there's going to be people, oh, Massey's the only conservative. Really? Is that why he suspended the debt ceiling under Joe Biden in 2023? Where, by the way, he was the deciding vote to get that bill out of the House Rules Committee in 2023. Deciding vote. If he really wanted to, quote unquote, stand on principle, that was his time. And he didn't do it. He brought it to the floor, he let it out of committee, and then he voted to suspend the debt ceiling under Biden, which added trillions of dollars to the national debt. So if you want to tell me that Thomas Massey is somebody who stands on principle and he always goes principle over party, then why didn't he stand on principle when he had quite literally all of the power and the decision making in his hands in May of 2023?
The one thing that I have learned with Trump being reelected, I learned how many people hate America, or they will choose the failure of America over the success of Trump. They would rather see America fail than any policy by Trump to work. And it pisses me off. I just, the amount of people that made their channels, their names on the back of Trump, and now they have turned on him at the click of a switch or the click of a mouse. It is really scary how many frauds that I'm seeing. You know, what are your thoughts?
It's crazy to watch this the grifter class kind of do what they're doing. The woke right, whatever you want it, the fake right, whatever you want to call them, you know, and it's a lot of them will come out and be like, "Oh no, it's the war. I've never been pro-war," and it's God. Okay, but then why have you been counter signaling Trump since the day he was inaugurated? Right? I mean, simply you could find, I'm sure somebody and be like, "Well, how come it took him 8 hours to pardon the January 6ers? It should have taken him 6." And it's like, dude, are you serious? Right? You know, World War III was supposed to have broken out last June. You know, Elon Musk was right to oppose the big, beautiful bill. These are all the same people that said all these things. Thomas Massey should run for president in 2028. Yeah, good luck. You know, Candace Owens is just asking questions. That's not what she's doing. She actually told members of the military to take a dishonorable discharge, which is the equivalent of a felony. She told on her, I can't believe that there are still people following her after that remark. I remember sitting there last June going, what did she just say? Isn't that like a felony? Like if you're a member of the military, you get dishonorably discharged, you can't own a gun, or vote. You lose your right to vote. Like an employer, if you go into the public sector anywhere looking to get, or the private sector looking to get a job, they're going to see that on a background check and look at that and say, whoa, you were dishonorably discharged from the military. That's a huge red flag. And so you have like these people that just after that, oh, it's free speech. Yeah, I'm not saying she shouldn't be allowed to say it. I'm saying she's stupid for saying it because it's awful advice. Don't do that. If you're a member of the military, don't listen to that. Okay? I mean, and now think about the seeds that could have been planted in minds of members of the military who are now on the battlefield thinking about this, right? I mean, this is all right. So these frauds, you have the Haji twins, you've got Owen Bin Schroyer, you've got Candace Owens, and a bunch of these other people. I'm sure. I'm missing a ton, but there's a ton of them, right? That had
Matt Walsh is the one that really. Matt Walsh, because he's only ever been a talking head. I said that he doesn't know how to change a tire. He started out as a talking head at some AM radio station in Delaware. Then he went to Kentucky. He puts on a flannel shirt so he looks like Mr. Brawny. He grows the beard. He is LARPing as a conservative, and he's fooled so many people. And Matt Walsh absolutely pisses me off.
I'm not there yet on Matt Walsh, but I'm very annoyed. I put out a video yesterday, and I talked about it on my show yesterday, about how Matt Walsh is accusing people of gaslighting over this Iran stuff. And he's like, if you're changing your position, then you should explain yourself. Well, okay. In June of 2025, Mazemore on X is an amazing account. He pulled, he found this clip of Matt Walsh basically saying, or not even basically, his words, if Iran is trying to assassinate our president, then you need to, he said, conquer them and personally kill every member of the Iranian government. Okay.
He wanted to go Moses on them. Yeah.
There are three independent stories right now. There's a trial going on in Brooklyn, New York. Asif Merchant is his name, a Pakistani national with ties to Iranian intelligence, on trial for trying to assassinate Donald Trump. There was another one, Shakiri, who told the FBI, the IRGC, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, the regime preservation corps, essentially in Iran, was telling him assassinate Donald Trump. The Iranians within this year has said, we're going to still try to kill your president. Next time we won't miss. Okay, so by Matt Walsh's standards, hey, if they're trying to conspire to kill our president, we should conquer them. Then we should conquer them, right? Well, now apparently Matt Walsh either forgot that he said that or he changed his position. And if he changed his position,
just
that's
say,
okay.
I got new intelligence. I got new info.
But according to what Matt Walsh said, if somebody changes their position, they should have to explain why. And he hasn't done that. And that's what gets me mad. It's like you set these rules for other people and you refuse to live by them. That's called being a hypocrite. And the fact that he's not doing that says a lot about him right now. I don't dislike the guy. I think he's all right. I'm not a huge fan either. I'm just kind of like lukewarm on him. But that got me really upset.
There are two words that describe Matt Walsh: professional, contrarian. He always takes the contrarian. It's like he's a professional enigma, professional contrarian. He always takes the obtuse viewpoint because it gets people to rage. That's what I think.
Yeah, it's like enragement farming or just, a conversation farming, which is fine. You want to start a conversation on social media. That's really what these platforms exist for. But I think you're right. He'll play devil's advocate. He'll be a contrarian at times just because it will elicit a reaction from both sides. And so, I think that's what he's essentially doing here. Although I do think he's anti-war to an extent. I would say he opposes these conflicts. But when you're on camera in June, 9 months ago, saying, if Iran is trying to assassinate our president, then we should conquer them. Well, and by the way, he said our president. He didn't necessarily say President Trump. Iran's been trying to kill our president, the president of the United States, for 47 years. They've wanted to take out Bush. They wanted to take out Bush 41 and 43. They wanted to take out Trump. They wanted to take out Obama. I mean, say what you want about those other guys, but they were still our president. They were still our head of state, and Iran wanted to kill them too. So this has not just been something that has been going on since, Soleimani, and they put a hit out on Trump. This has been going on for 47 years. They've wanted to kill the president of the United States. According, again, to Matt Walsh's standards, if that's the case and there's proof, the Iranians, it's like, the trials haven't been resolved yet. The Iranians said next time we won't miss, okay? So they're telling you, right, that they want to do this. Okay, So then by Matt Walsh's standards and the criteria that he set, that criteria has been met for us to, and I quote, conquer the country and personally kill every member of the Iranian government. Those aren't my words, guys. Those are his words. I'm just repeating what he said and asking what changed and why does March 2026 Matt Walsh disagree with June 2025 Matt Walsh? And if you changed your mind, fine. You have the right to do that. Nobody says once you say something, you have to believe that forever.
Right.
That's okay. Right. But your criteria, Matt Walsh, was if you change your mind, you should explain yourself. So clearly you've changed your mind. I'm just looking for the explanation and for you to live by the rules that you set for others. Because if you refuse to do that, you're a hypocrite.
To quote the Big Lebowski, new shit has come to light, man. New shit
I
came
love
to
that
light.
movie. Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules?
But that's the
Market zero.
Market zero, Donnie.
Market zero.
But that's the fact. If new information comes out, which is why we have intelligence, why we have Tulsi Gabbard, why we've got all these other organizations that are gathering new information, new stuff comes out, that changes the perspective. That changes your shooting position, right?
That's right.
And
That's
that's what he needs to admit. I don't know if he is capable of doing that, but there's so many others of these grifter classes that have come out. Let me ask you this. The success that we're seeing in Iran, do you know what Trump is now doing? The Secretary of War just started 11 hours ago. I don't know if you remember. I played a game when I was a kid, kind of teenager. I'm 50. There was a game called Zelda. And now the United States military.
By the way, I just want to tell you something. I got along very well with Link. Link is a tremendous person, right? No, think about it. Link is the Legend of Zelda. Link was a tremendous person. Beautiful sword, beautiful haircut. But I got along very well with Link. You know, you look at him, they say, he's a ginger, sir. I said, no. Link is a great guy. I also got along well with Lucky, thinking about gingers. You know, you have St. Patrick's Day is coming up very soon. I got along very well with, he said, sir, they're after me, Lucky Charms, sir. I said, we're not going to let it happen. I'm sorry, I had to do it. Go ahead.
They just came out with a side quest. They just launched military operations against narco terror groups in Ecuador.
Oh, okay.
The United States military is so successful that they just launched a side quest in Ecuador. I'm like, are you kidding me? I mean, I think Trump did the right thing. He shut down Venezuela, shut off that oil supply to China from Venezuela. Now he's shutting down the oil supply from Iran to China. And I just think that this is... I just think that's what's happening here. I think Trump has always wanted to inflict damage to China, and by doing it in their wallet, what are your thoughts on that, Sean?
Well, you have 17% of China's oil imports. 17% of the oil that flows into China come from Venezuela and Iran, and those spigots have essentially been shut off. So that's going to hurt China right there. But here's the thing. Okay, you mentioned Pete Hegseth. Donald Trump, obviously, Marco Rubio. Yeah, Pete's great. Okay, so here's the deal, right? I get the folks who are like, oh my gosh, we're bombing people again. Like, we were not supposed to do this. We're supposed to be like the party of no war and all this. I would agree with you 9 times out of 10 if Pete Hegseth, Marco Rubio, and Donald Trump weren't the ones heading up these operations. Dan Cain, too, Raising Cain. Okay?
Bingo.
I would agree with you. Look, people are like, we didn't vote for this. But you did. No, you didn't. You may not have voted for conflict, right? But you voted for, if there was a conflict, you voted for these men to lead us through that conflict. So raise your concerns. Have your apprehension, have your takes, have your concerns, have your opinions. Constitutional Republic. Do it. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to have these discussions and conversations. However, understand that there is no group that I would trust more, and I think everyone else would agree if you're listening. Nobody I would trust more to handle this properly than Marco Rubio, Donald Trump, and Pete Hegseth. When you look at this administration, right? The Trump administration, 47, Trump 2.0. All right? The top performers in the cabinet have been Pete Hegseth and Marco Rubio, hands down. I'm not taking anything away from Tulsi or Bobby Kennedy or John Radcliffe or some of these other guys.
Know what Tulsi's doing because it's behind the scenes. That's
it's intelligence,
we
right?
Know.
But Hegseth and Rubio have, without question, been the top performers of this administration. So I have faith in them that they're not going to let this spiral out of control. And I have faith in Donald Trump that he's not going to let this spiral out of control. And by the way, I might be wrong. And in 2 years, I might be saying, damn, we could have avoided a long war. I don't think that's going to happen. You've heard Vance say that this is not going to be a forever war, vice president. You've heard Hegseth say it. You've heard Trump allude to the fact that he could go on for a long time, but that's obviously not the goal. The Department of War has put out its objectives. Several of them have already. I sunk your Ben, I sunk your battleship. Think about it. We're playing Battleship. I sunk all their battleships. I won the game like nobody's ever won the game before. I said, we're sinking your battleship. We're doing it right now. And Iran doesn't have a battleship anymore. They're all gone. The Navy's gone. We dropped Rosie O'Donnell on the Navy, and it's all gone. We did it in one drop. They're all gone. I trust nobody more than the folks that are in charge now. I think this is the right group to lead us through this. That's what we voted for. No, we didn't vote for war. I'm not trying to tell you, yeah, we always knew we were going to go to war. No, but we voted for this group to be in place if and when a conflict arose, and it has popped up. There's a conflict now. I trust these guys to lead us through it.
Sean, I know you've got to go. I give every guest that comes on the show kind of like my little moniker, my zinger here on the show. There was a preacher, he's still a preacher in Chicago. He was banned from YouTube. His name was Reverend Manning. I'm going to hit you with one of these, and I am going to beg you to do one of these in the voice of Trump.
And can an amen and a boom shakalaka go right there?
Reverend Manning, he also got, this is what got him banned.
I'm telling y'all. Now, either y'all go talk to the long-legged Mac Daddy, tell him to resign. Tell him.
He went after Obama in Chicago like nobody else could because he's black.
Right.
And I love Reverend Manning. I actually donated money to his church because he went after Obama that much. Sean, how can people find you? Where can people watch you? And if you don't mind giving a Trump boom shakalaka, we would absolutely love it, Sean. How can people find you?
Well, first of all, I want to tell you, Boom, we could do boom shakalaka. We love the boom shakalaka, you know. Nobody booms and shakalakas as much as I do. I do it better than anybody. I invented it, believe it or not. A lot of people don't realize it. They say, sir, what are you doing? I said, I'm doing a boom shakalaka. And they say, sir, we've never seen anybody do it quite like you're doing it, but we're doing it very well. And I can say that. That's a funny one. I never said boom shakalaka like Trump. So that's the first time I've ever done it. That was fun. All right. Where can you follow me? That's awesome. First of all, I want to mention that your show and your stream, your chat is moving so fast. I can't even keep up with the comments.
Crazy.
It's unbelievable.
I do a 6:30 a.m. show before I go to work. You've
got thousands of people showing up. It's amazing. So your crew over there is just outstanding. Love them. You guys are on YouTube right now, big time. So I'm on YouTube at Sean.
Rumble. We're streaming it everywhere. We're on different platforms.
I'm on YouTube at Sean_Farish, I think. You could search for me there. You'll see all my videos. I have a ton of shorts and the Trump stuff, and I stream my daily show there. X at SHAWN_FARASH. That's my main. That's where I do a lot of my, posting and whatnot over on X.
Trolling the left.
Yeah, we troll the left and the woke right. And rumble.com/LFATV is where my daily show runs. That runs at 10 a.m. Eastern time to 11 a.m. Eastern time. I also stream that to my YouTube, so wherever you want to go. But I pay attention when I'm doing that show. I don't really pay attention to my YouTube channel. I do pay attention mostly to the Rumble chat because that's our home base, our headquarters, our cool kids table. So 3 places: X, SHAWN_FARASH.
I put the link in the chat.
Awesome. Thank you. YouTube, same deal. SHAWN_FARASH. And then if you want to watch the Daily Show and jump in our live chat on Rumble, that's rumble.com/LFATV. Be live there in about 90 minutes. Rumble.com/LFATV. The show is called Ungoverned. It goes live at 10 a.m. Eastern time.
Sean, I can't thank you enough, man. My full-time job, like I say, I tell everybody when I get finished here, I'm going to my real job. I was a submarine guy in the Navy, and now I get to help veterans with, I help veterans file disability claims and stuff like that. So the Matt Walsh, when he came out and went after disabled veterans, really pissed me off. Yeah. And right here in Arkansas, we're about to open a subsidized housing facility for veterans. It's strictly for veterans, 65 units. Just for veterans right across the street from the VA hospital. That's going to be opening up here in a couple of months. If you want to make a trip over, I've got some I've got some names of some big people that are going to be there, some Medal of Honor winners, maybe the guy that killed bin Laden. I think he's going to show up, and some other people like that. But Sean, what you're doing on your channel, LFA TV, I need to get connected with you guys. I do this morning live stream, and I don't know if anybody else is streaming at this time. I do 6:30 a.m. Central to 7:30. Then I get in my 50-year-old truck and drive my butt to work, you know. But I'm going to put all of your links in the chat and into the description. And man, if there is anything I can do to help you grow your platform on YouTube or anything else, you do not hesitate to ask. I had Misfit on a couple of mornings ago.
I love him.
And the guy is so, it's just, and the same thing with you, the same thing with Paul Harrell, with Jeremy, all those guys on LFA. What you see is what you get. And I believe we're getting back to that, you know, and I believe we're getting back to men being men and getting the tampons out of boys' bathrooms. And just, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you're offended, you know, go find a safe space. You know, that's kind of the way I look at it right now.
Yeah.
Sean,
exactly.
If you've got to bounce out of here, I really appreciate you, dude. Thank you so much. You let me know any way or anything I can help with. I tell you that. Send me your address. I sent Misfit a couple of things. Shoot me your address or your P.O. box or something like that. I'll send you a couple of things. All right.
Thank you, Ben. Appreciate it. Let's do it again soon. Appreciate you.
Sean, you're the best. I don't care what the liberals say about you. All right. You take care.
Thank you.
Peace out, Sean. Take care. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. The great Sean Ferris. We got him. He said the boom shakalaka in the Trump orbit. Let me see if I can find this. I want to go, let me go here and see if we can. Oh, here's Sean's X account right here. Sean's X account. I'm going to put a link to that in the description, or the link in the chat right here. I don't know what you think about Sean, but give me a scale of 1 to 10. How awesome is Sean? Because man, he's as fired up as I am about what's happening in America. That I'm proud of this. Let's I want to do this real quick. Let's take a handful of calls here real quick before we cut out of here. Give me a call. Let me know what you're thinking. Megyn Kelly, all this other. Here's what I was talking about, this operation that they're launching. Let me go here. They're launching this operation in South America right now. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Want to get your take on this. Let's go, Chris in Arkansas. What you got, Chris?
Man, I am glad, so happy with the results out of Texas last night. We can't get rid of Jasmine, Crockett, and Al Green fast enough.
And see, that's difficult for somebody from Arkansas to say that they're happy about anything coming out of Texas, because typically we don't like nothing in Texas, right?
Yes, that's 100% correct. And also, on a side note, Lonoke County has a new sheriff in town.
Oh boy, that's the guy that
Aaron Spencer won that by a landslide. It wasn't even close.
He killed his daughter's abuser. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's his name?
Yeah.
Aaron Spencer.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. Lonoke County. That's very East Arkansas. Very East Arkansas.
It's up there around it's up around Little Rock.
Right. Just outside of Little Rock there.
Yes.
Sean or Chris, I appreciate you calling. I'm going to play this clip of this guy. Thank you for reminding me of that, and thank you for giving me the information that he won this. I really appreciate you. You take care, Chris. Let me play this clip here of this. This is Sheriff Aaron Spencer. Listen to this. This is huge, guys. Freaking-mental is what this is.
There probably won't be for Congress or a petition drive. It'll be for sheriff in Lonoke County.
That's because Aaron Spencer, facing a trial for second-degree murder there, is hoping to be acquitted and then elected sheriff. He's charged with killing a man accused of assaulting his 14-year-old daughter after he found the teenager in that man's truck.
Spencer isn't speaking with the media yet, but his lawyer is. THV 11's Catherine Rowley had that conversation today.
Well, Rolly, in Faith, his attorney, Aaron Casanelli, told me that he's running because of his personal experiences throughout the investigation that revealed what he says are failures in the system. Now, his would-be opponent, who also helped arrest him, is preparing for this remarkable campaign.
My name is Aaron Spencer. Many of you know my story. I'm the father who acted to protect his daughter when the system failed.
Almost a year after his arrest for the act he refers to, Aaron Spencer used this social media message to announce a campaign to be sheriff in Lonoke County. It puts his accomplished defense attorney, Aaron Casanelli, in the unique position of not only having to explain what he did, but why he did it, and also explaining why he should win votes.
I mean, he wants a better Lonoke that's better for the kids, better for his neighbors. You know, he's not running for fame or fortune. It's to make his community better.
The charges stem from a deadly encounter last October. Spencer reported his 14-year-old daughter missing. Days earlier, 67-year-old Michael Forster had been charged with stalking and sexually assaulting the girl. And soon after, rushing out when he found her room empty, caught up with Forster's truck with his daughter inside. Court records say Spencer forced Forster to stop, confronted him, and killed him.
We believe
What a great story. What a great freaking story. The guy stalked his daughter, assaulted the daughter, and he said, you know what? You're deleted. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Give me a call. Love to get your take on this. He got the FAFO. Yes, he did. I want to say dad of the year. Let's go here. Let's just put a poll in the chat. Let's do a poll right now in the chat. Line 2. Go right ahead, line 2.
Mr. Ben, how are you, sir?
Amazing. What would you like to say this morning?
My name's Martin Gunner. I live in Fort Worth, Texas. I was calling to just bridge some of the gap. I think you've been a little hard on some of the ex-America First in your eyes people. I have a feeling that this is a huge gap between the older generations and the younger generations. And I think that we really need to find common ground and try to bridge that gap. I think you're
what kind of common ground? What kind of common ground? Are you pro-life or pro-abortion?
I'm pro-life.
Pro-life. What kind of common ground are you trying to get to? What's your common ground? Give me 3 quick common ground things. What would you like?
Common ground.
Make it quick.
I think you're interpreting highly nuanced conversations very direct.
Let's get to the point.
You're putting down a whole generation of people.
Like who?
The younger generations. I just told you there's a gap in between the two.
So by calling out Matt Walsh,
I haven't called out Matt Walsh. I said nothing about Matt Walsh.
Who are you saying that I got it wrong about?
Marjorie Taylor Greene, Candace Owens.
You support Candace Owens.
All of these right-wing people that have just been highly critical of Trump, you have completely demonized them and thrown them to the side.
You support
Candace
Owens.
So what I'm trying to do in the younger generations is to bridge the gap between our older generations and people like myself that are almost 40.
Hold on. I want to ask you a couple of quick questions. If you keep talking over me, I'll hang up on you. Okay, hold on. So yes,
sir. Go ahead with your mightiness.
Just yes, sir. It's my show. Start your own. So you support Candace Owens. You support.
No, I respect people better than you.
Okay. So you support Candace Owens. You support Marjorie Taylor Greene. Do you support Thomas Massey?
I support these people having their opinions and being highly critical of the people around Trump.
Okay.
Not just Trump, but the people around him, because whenever we get into these team sports and this left versus right, this blue versus red stuff, we completely disregard any nuance.
Right now, it's a binary choice.
Can I finish my conversation?
Right now, it's a binary choice. Right now, it's a binary choice, and my choice is very binary.
And my brain sees things in a binary choice.
I think you're crying.
We're trying to teach you how to view
I think you should get the Kleenex.
Nuanced.
Get some Kleenex. Line 2, go right ahead.
Ben.
Go right ahead. Turn the audio down in the background.
Ben, Arizona here?
Yeah.
Pure blood. I'm calling about the gentleman right now that's defending these clowns. I was a follower of Hodge twins. I was a follower of Candace. All these people, well, not Mash Walls, but you know, and they grifted off Trump. And he's sitting here defending. Yes, they have a right, freedom of speech, but they made millions off Trump, sucking off of him. So he needs to sit back and shut the hell up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Right now, it's a binary choice, and he's not going to come on my show and tell me that I need to support Candace Owens, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Massey Cho, and he's not going to tell me or my audience that we're out of touch. He's out of touch. You know what? If I wanted any lip out of someone like that, I would scrape it off my zipper. I don't have time for this bullshit out of touch crap. It's a binary choice. Either you're pro-America or go to hell. Mark, Pittsburgh, what you got?
Yeah, hey, Ben. I don't know what world this guy thinks he was right, but I would have shot that guy as soon as he walked out of the county jail. I don't know how he got so many steps forward, but that man would have been shot dead to the ground.
Hold on. So let me ask you this. You support what that father did to the attacker of his daughter?
100%. I would have been trying to make myself.
I don't want to get into the nuance of what happened, but I'm a daughter. I have a daughter as well, and I think
absolutely
people that have daughters look at life and they look at other men differently. Mark, thank you for calling. I really appreciate you. God bless you. God bless you. Yeah, I can't deal with the telling my audience that we got it wrong. Okay, I can't. I've got to flush that guy. Let's give him, I think, the super flush. Super flush. I need to read some. You need to get some biltong over there. Yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, how out of touch was that previous caller? I'm not going to say he's dumb. 1 being very out of touch. 10, he is so enlightened. You're all going to start watching Candace Owens. Line 2, go right ahead.
Yeah, I'm watching your show on YouTube.
Yes, sir.
And I definitely support Candace, not Candace Owens. I support that woman being Jasmine Crockett being voted out because I'm a fan of a follower of the Benny Show.
Mm-hmm.
If you look up some of his videos, he exposed the truth about that woman that she went to like a private school. She's out of the.
Let me ask you a quick question. Quick question. You watch Benny, right?
Yeah, Benny Johnson. Yeah.
You like truth. You like truth. Is that right?
Yeah, I like truth because I.
What do you think
God,
about someone being fired for 47 counts of plagiarism?
I don't really know much about that.
Yeah, of course you don't. Line 2, go right ahead. Line 2, go right ahead.
You hung up on me. This is Martin, Fort Worth, Texas.
You called back, Martin?
I'd like to continue my conversation.
You're not going to continue your conversation. You came in and you insulted my audience. You're not going to do that, Martin. It's my show. You should go start your own. And that's just the way it works. You're not going to come to my audience and insult my audience and tell me that I need to calm it down. I'm going to say not today, Martin. And I think Martin sent me a clip. Here's Martin.
Oh my God! I cannot do this anymore! I'm so sick of it! I am sick of the bullshit! Get out of my face!
Martin sent me that clip. He's very upset this morning. Martin is very upset. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. If you want to comment on Martin, let me know. I hope this is Martin. Good morning, Martin. How are you?
Hi, this is not Martin. This is Brandy from Fort Worth. How you been?
Brandy,
How
I
you
got
been?
you. I got you. I've got your number saved in the book and love it. Thank you, Brandy. What you got?
Yeah, I've been listening to you and loving every minute of it. Hey, I was going to tell you, we voted like nobody's business for Ken Paxton. And I'm going to tell you right now, he spent, the total was maybe $5 million for his run. He spent over $100 million on stupid Cornyn. And that guy has been in office for 40 freaking years, and nobody can name one thing that he's done positive for these people in Texas. And
Brandy, I want to ask you a question. You
Yeah.
a question. So Martin that just called in was from Fort Worth. Are you and Martin going to meet up later for soy mocha choca lattes
Yeah, no.
and go to
I think
Pilates? Are
not.
y'all going to
He
Pilates
must-
together?
He must have moved in here trying to take advantage of the red state of Texas, and we got to get these blue devils out of here.
Brandy,
So-
why would someone call in to my show, tell me I'm wrong, or I'm okay with being told I'm wrong, but tell my audience that all 3,000, whatever, all of you are wrong and you should be nicer to Marjorie, Candace, Thomas Massey. Are
Yeah,
you freaking kidding me? Go for it, Brandy.
Right? Exactly. Yeah, they need to get a clue. Like we have been woken up for over 10 years now because of Trump. He is the best person we have had running this country, even better than Reagan. And I was born in 78. So I'm telling you, I've never seen
I'm
a
going to
better
grab
president.
another call. You make it quick,
Amazing.
okay?
Oh, hey, Ken Paxton, everybody, try to help out if you can. We really, really, really need to get Cornyn
Thank
out.
you, Brandy. Let me grab. I got to call this one. I've hung up on him 3 times because we've been. Let me get this guy on here. I know he's fired up. You're about to hear somebody fired up.
Western Paving.
West Virginia, Ben Dykes show here. Sorry, I hung up on you, brother. What you got?
Brother. Hey, buddy. I was trying to get a hold of you. Call me back. And no, I am not Martin. By God, don't you even come.
Hello, Martin. Hello, Martin.
You know, you want to have a nuanced conversation. You know what a nuanced conversation sounds like to me? Bovine scatology.
I got a picture of Martin here. Martin sent me a selfie. What you got?
Oh, hey, I want to touch real quick on something Sean was talking about. Oh,
Go
my
for it.
God. I just saw all the pictures popped up. Good Lord, have mercy. For all you out there just saying, this is not what I voted for concerning Iran, and he said, yes, it is. Did you vote for the man to protect you? Did you vote for the man to stand up and protect America? This is what Reagan should have done. You know, this is exactly what Reagan should have done. Reagan should have, the day he took in, he should have said, hey, I want my hostages shaved, fed, showered on that plane. At about 5 minutes after the plane leaves the ground, he should have annihilated them just like he's doing right now, and we would not have to gone through the hell that country has put people through. I still remember my brothers that I lost. I still remember my brothers in Beirut. I wasn't in the Corps then, but they're my brothers, and and yes, I haven't forgot that. I haven't forgot the coal. I haven't forgot any of that stuff. Hey, but for all you who don't like what's going on, obviously you need to pull your head out of your rear end because your sphincter is cutting off the blood and the oxygen to your brain.
Let me ask you this.
Sorry, man, my voice is a little screwed up. I screwed my head off at the wrestling tournament.
Let me ask you this. What branch of the Salvation Army or the Southern Poverty Law Center did Martin serve in?
God. Hell, he couldn't even make the KISS Army, buddy. Are you kidding me?
I think the asthma and maybe the carpal tunnel syndrome from playing too much Call of Duty would prevent him from deploying. Thank you for calling, West Virginia. God bless you.
One more thing for Martin out there. I'm Gen X, pal. I don't bridge nothing. Get with the program, buddy. Love you
Don't
guys.
call in. It's one thing. People can call in and insult me all they want. Do not call in and insult my audience. I will nuke you. Go for it. Line 2.
Jamie from Commie, California.
Jamie in Commie, California. What you got, brother?
Hey, tell Martin his rock pocket's bleeding and he needs to go take a shower.
I'm glad that Tim Walls put tampons in the bathrooms for Martin.
Yes, sir. I love it.
You take care,
Stop
brother.
where the sun don't shine, brother.
God bless you. Martin, line 3. Martin, line 3. People like Crockett, Owens, Carlson, they're not voicing opinions. They're paid propagandists. Troll under the bridge. What do you got, brother? Coming in hot.
Dang it, Ben, you're so mean. Why'd you have to do him like that?
You know, I don't have time for, like I said, insult me all you want. When you come into my stream and you start insulting my audience, telling all of you that you should be nicer and you're too nuanced and your choices are too binary. Here's my choice. Radical Islam, pro-America. Here's my other choice. Killing babies, not. Here's my other choice. Marjorie Taylor Greene trying to destroy Trump or not. Troll, what say you? I'm going to grab this other call.
I say you're 100% right. And at the end of the day, crybabies like that, the world looks at them and says, your feelings mean dick in the light of reality.
Martin needs some chocolate milk and a Hot Pocket. There we go. Line 3. What do you got?
Morning, Ben. This is Eric Martin over in Oklahoma.
Oh, a different Eric. Different.
And I tell you what, I ain't that Martin.
Good for you,
No,
brother.
sir.
Good for you.
I do believe that any real man that has a daughter would do the same thing.
You're
I mean,
damn
that's probably that's the one thing that they love, probably more than their wife.
Yeah. Yeah.
I tell you what, man, and I think who is it? Nancy Mace that's pushing for the death penalty for pedophiles.
I agree. Let me grab this other call, brother. God bless you. Wait, I think I hung up on somebody. Dad burn it. Dad gummit. To quote, you know, I think everybody should own pigs and a wood chipper. You'll fix your own problems. Pigs, wood chipper, dial 811. Let's see here. For anybody that wants to vote for James Tallarico, you want to be a James Tallarico guy? Here's James Tallarico. Oh, let's grab this. Let's go. Line 1. This is the nicer, gentler show. How are you this morning?
Hey, Ben. I'm good. Tiffany from Houston.
What would you like to say?
I just wanted to say Martin is a wiener.
You know, I don't know how anyone comes into the chat and starts insulting the viewers, saying, all of you, y'all got to be nicer. You're too nuanced. You're disconnected from Gen X. Thank you. Line 4. Man, they're fired up this morning. Go for it. Hello, line 4.
Hello?
The heavy breathing does not turn me on. What you got?
Oops. Hey, I was calling to talk about Candace Owens.
Yes, ma'am. What would you like to say?
Yeah, I can't stand her. She used to, she came out like she was a MAGA supporter, and then she just
I'm
automatically
going to have to
turned
let
on
you
it.
go. You got too many yappers.
Yeah,
there at
I
your
know. I'm
ankles.
sorry.
No problem.
Bye.
No problem. Let me play this clip here. This is Tallarico. I don't know if Jasmine Crockett's worse than this guy.
Our southern border should be like our front porch. There should be a giant welcome mat out front. Our southern border should be like our front porch.
My front porch has razor wire around it. I want to read you something. I've got to share something here real quick. I'm a big music guy, right? I'm a big music guy. And I want to read you a couple of lyrics off of something. It says, well, the eagle's been flying slow and the flag's been flying low. And a lot of people saying that America's fixing to fall. Well, speaking just for me and some people from Tennessee, we got a thing or two to tell you all. This lady may have stumbled, but she ain't never fell. And if Russians don't believe that, I'm going to say if Iran don't believe that, they can all go straight to hell. We're going to put her feet back on the path of righteousness, and then God bless America again. That is the first line out of a song. And if you know whose song that is, you're a damn good American. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. I'll take maybe one or two. Let's go Eunice. What you got, Eunice?
Ben, you made me stop my work because I had to listen to that person. I'm sorry. You have to be a little bit more understanding of him. He had such a big dildo shoved up his butt, and the partner was putting it up more, which is what was bringing tears to his eyes. What kind of freaking asshole was he?
You know, like I said, Eunice, I'm okay with being insulted. I get it on a daily basis. But when you start insulting my audience, we're not going to play that. We're not going to allow that. We're just not going to allow that.
I so wish that I could have had him right in front of my face. I would have had a freaking field day. Well, anyway, thank you for sticking up for the chat. Everybody have a good day. But I just had to tell you just have to be a tad more understanding to people like that because of that problem.
I'm sorry that I am too mean. I'm sorry that I'm too mean.
Yeah.
Eunice, you take care. God
I know
bless
you can do better. Bye-bye.
I should have, I was too mean. I need to be a kindler, gentler Ben. The kindler, gentler Ben needs to come out of hiding. Line 2. Go line 2.
Alex Jones is another grifter, backstabbing, Trump-hating, Jew-hating person that needs to be in his day of reckoning, period. He chose his side yesterday.
He did. I think, now tell me if I'm wrong, I used to like Alex. But the more I learned about what he does, or the more, it's not the more I learned, it's if you zoom out a little bit. And I believe Alex Jones changed when he got sued because of the Sandy Hook stuff. And isn't it ironic that Candace Owens' dad was in charge of security at Sandy Hook?
Oh, my God.
Did you know that? Or did I just give you?
No.
Oh. You need to look into that. Candace Owens' father was in charge of security at Sandy Hook. Go ahead and check that one out while you've got some time. Does that make sense now?
Yeah. Well, it's the most unfortunate thing that he had such a fall from grace like that. But you want to know something?
Yes,
you know
sir.
what? Show your true colors now before I, go on to your channel anymore, because I'm done. I'm done with him.
I hope that you understand my perspective, my prerogative, my opinion here. I am not paid by anybody to say anything. I say what I want to say. Sometimes it upsets people like Martin. And, I'm sorry, but I'm an expert on my opinion. If you don't like it, go somewhere else. But what was your name? I didn't catch your name, sir.
This is your friend Greg from Rochester, and I stand with you, Ben.
Greg,
okay?
I
Listen,
appreciate
I'm
you
here.
calling
I'm
in.
here because you and I think we're on the same page with this war we're in. Thank you.
Greg, take care. Greg, do me a favor. Email me down below. My email's going across the screen. I'm going to send you an invite to get in the Discord. I value your opinion and your feedback. God bless you, sir. Take care.
Thank you, my friend. Thanks.
Let's see here. Somebody sent me a message. Somebody sent me an image. Jasmine with giant eyelashes. Now I'm going to vomit. I need to go claw my eyes out. Do me a favor, guys. Do me a favor. If you're watching right now, we've got about 4,000 people watching right now. Do me a favor. Go check out my sponsor on the channel. I'll put a little banner up there, whatever you want to call it. This is one of my sponsors, Chapter. If you're on Medicare, you're looking for the right plan, you want to update your plan, you want free advice to pick the right plan, they're going to save you on average about $150 a month, right up there at the top. Give them a call, 332-867-1305. When we get to this magical $500,000 of savings, they're going to donate $10,000 to a veterans charity of my choice. Help me send more Bibles out to veterans. Help me send more guitars to veterans. Help me help some veterans with service dogs. I really want to say thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate every single one of you. Go check out mypillow.com/veteran as well. Save 40% there. Help out Mike Lindell. I appreciate everyone, even Martin. I even appreciate Martin.
anymore. I'm so sick of it. I am sick of the bullshit. Get out of my face.
Get out of Martin's face. Play nicer. Don't be so nuanced, right? Don't be so nuanced. Join the channel as a member. I'm going to put the link right there. I'm out of here. I will probably see y'all tonight. Ben Dykes Show.